Now this seems familiar. This is the second time I've compared a SCAR to VFC. I'm starting to think that VFC SCAR design is just the overall basis for Echo1, D-Boys, VFC, and WE. So they're all pretty much the same spec. I literally took the stock off of this gun and put it on my VFC, and the VFC even fired, so they're all the same pretty much. It's just slight variations in quality, but the stocks are all pretty much exactly alike. So what this is an Echo1 SCAR H. I originally thought it was VFC, and for these very good reasons. For starters, just like the VFC, and I thought only the VFC did this, it has integrated stock hinge wiring, so there's no wiring in the stock. Another reason I thought it was VFC, the trigger shape. I noticed that the VFC SCARs have this type of brass deflector, unlike the L's have that one, so slightly different. But yeah, overall, in the pictures when I was about to go buy this gun, everything except for the color of the the gas block being black instead of gray, everything about it, you know, who wouldn't think it was VFC? And as soon as I got it, I took it down to the gearbox, and then I saw the inside of it, and quite different than VFC quality, of course. Another issue. Oh yeah, and the numbered upper rail, something that I've seen on the VFC. And the only other thing that made me believe this was VFC was how when you take off this pin, the gearbox comes out with the lower receiver. So yeah, but I'm kind of disappointed. The gun is in pretty dire shape. A lot of missing parts, non-functioning. Needs to resolder some of the wires. But I'm just disappointed that Echo1 copied the VFC design and everything all the way down to the gearbox. Because I took this thing all the way down to the gearbox, and I believed it was VFC until I got inside of it. Yeah, I spent $60 for it on Craigslist, so not too bad. There will be a link to eBay. It's already going as is, so non-functioning, missing a few parts. I actually took the butt pad off and put it on my VFC since it was missing it. Missing the flash hider, of course. It just had a plastic one that I took off. The selector switch. The selector switch is actually kind of shit on the VFC as well, but this one's even worse. It doesn't go all the way up to fully auto. And I've taken it apart, tightened all the screws because a lot of the screws are loose, and re-greased the gearbox. Even though I reassembled it correctly, I couldn't get the selector switch to work right. I don't know why. Another problem is that the rear sight is missing the adjustment. Yeah, so the Echo1, it was $300 on Craigslist, and I didn't know that Echo1 copied the VFC, or maybe rebranded it. I'm not sure. It's either a rebranded VFC, and maybe they put their shitty Echo1 internals into it. Yeah, it's pretty close to VFC. Tamiya connector with car fuse. Originally the collapsing stock came right out, but I fixed it. It's kind of stiff though, so it's hard to do with one hand. Missing the bolt release. And unlike the SCAR, unlike the SCAR, well, duh. Unlike the VFC, which just flips up on its own, no buttons required. This one's got a little button on it. Press it down and it'll come up. Yeah, so the only external difference is the color of the gas block, and this one just doesn't have any trademarks for some reason. But yeah, only other giveaway is that clear hop-up wheel and the brass cylinder. This one has a chrome cylinder and a black hop-up wheel, but the hop-up unit is see-through. So yeah, don't be fooled when you're looking for VFC. You might accidentally get an Echo1. The quality and the plastic and the polymer is different. The VFC is higher quality. The metal is higher quality. The tolerance is tighter, more robust. Overall, just picking up the VFC and then picking up the Echo1, there's a huge difference in quality. This was $300 on e-bike, but they lowered it to $150. It will be very cheap. I do plan to fix it, but for now it's already got a bid on eBay, so kind of disappointed. I mean, who wouldn't be if you think you got a VFC and then turns out you got an Echo1? It's a little disappointing, but at least one good thing came out of this. I finally have a butt pad again. That is the difference between an Echo1 scar and a VFC scar.